Hi, this is Professor Chicagoalmose. Today I'd like to talk to ESL English students about who to learn English conversation from. It does make a difference. If you learn English from a non-English speaking person, you may not learn it optimally. That being said, there are some very fine teachers who teach American English who come from all countries. Some of them are on the internet. But generally speaking, you should learn English conversation from an American-born, American-speaking person. Of course, it's better to study with somebody from another country than nobody at all, but I think your best bet is to go with a Native American speaker. Now, it doesn't mean that the person has to be originally from any other country. For example, if you have a Korean person that was born and raised in America, then they will probably speak fine English. So it doesn't matter, if what their original nationality was or is. It just matters whether they were born into an English-speaking family in America and whether they continue to speak English the American way, if you want to learn the American way. I'll give you two examples of how language changes because of environment. I know somebody that had a daughter who was being babysitted and by somebody from an island, and I called up the lady, and the daughter answered the phone, and then I said to the lady, "Your daughter sounds like she's from the islands." So she picked up a certain way of speaking. Not that, making a value judgment on it, but it happened. And then another person went to University of Chicago, and after a while, I told the person, "You sound like you have an Eastern accent."
So people pick up accents. But there's so much differences between like Scottish English and English from England and English from the United States that if you want to speak English the way an American from the United States would speak, and there are many differences there too, but your best bet would be to go with an American born speaker. Thank you. Hello, English speaking students who are from different countries who would like to learn American English. I am Professor Chicagoalmose, and I am a world famous English teacher and also a world famous comedian. A comedian is somebody who tells jokes, makes people laugh, acts funny. Well, you're lucky because I'm going to teach you English through a monologue or conversation where I talk to myself. And not only can you learn English from this, but it might be even funny, which will make it more fun for you. I will try to speak slow, loud, and clear. The way to use this video is to play it over and over again. And that way you will internalize the communication like you would internalize a song. I'm going to try to do different conversations so you learn how to talk in different situations. This one will be on a phone. I will be calling a young lady who I met and ask her for a date. And I'm going to use both voices, which may be funny. I have a phone like this. This is a real phone with a speaker in it. So the way you normally would talk on this phone with a speaker is to go like this. Hello, how are you? Hi, I'm fine. And where are you from? I'm from Taiwan. I'm from Japan. Wherever. So the high voice is going to be the lady's voice. I'm not too good with voices, but I'm going to do the best I can. And if you find this funny, that's great. But do try to listen to it at least 10 times so you get used to the kind of conversation that Americans do. So here goes. Hello, this is Professor Chicagoalmose. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. We met on a bus. Do you remember? Of course I remember. It was yesterday. That is correct. The reason I'm calling is I want to see how you are. Well, I'm fine. Is that the only reason you're calling? No. I would like to get together with you. I would like to meet with you so we could chat and practice our English. Oh, okay, that would be great. I think that we should meet in a coffee shop. Okay, that sounds like the right place. Well, I live downtown in Chicago, and I think we should meet at the Starbucks coffee shop on Michigan Avenue. Okay, let's do that. Do you know where that one is? Near the Marriott Hotel? Yes, across the street, I know. Let's meet there at 10 a.m. tomorrow, which will be Thursday. Okay, that's great. I will meet you there at 10 a.m.? Yes, 10 a.m. Could you give me your, let me see. I have your telephone number. Give me your email. I gave you the email, remember, on the bus? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I have your email, so we're all set. So we'll meet at 10 a.m. and we'll have coffee and we'll chat and practice our English. And if there's any problems with you being on time, you can call me. You have my cell phone number. Yes, I do. And I am looking forward to seeing you. Well, that's great. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Sarah. Okay. Professor Chicagoalmose, goodbye. Goodbye. And that's the conversation. So perhaps by playing it over and over again, it'll help you to speak English better, especially if you have to do the same kind of thing. Call up somebody and ask them for a date or ask them to get together to meet. I hope this helps. Leave comments on the bottom of this video, and that will encourage me to do more videos to help people. And thank you very much.
Almose. Let's talk today about the best way to find somebody to talk to practice your English. The best person to talk to, or the best people to talk to, are senior citizens, because they love to talk, and they're not critical, and they'll be responsive to somebody who's trying to learn English and help them out. So go to a senior center. If you're in Chicago, go to Randolph in Michigan. There's a senior center. Sit down there and you can chat to with people. In every city, there's places where old people hang out. If your goal is just to practice your English, sit on a bench next to an old person, man or woman. What doesn't make a difference? Somebody who can talk, and you can practice your English. It's a wonderful idea. A lot of people say I got nobody to talk to. I can't find anybody, or everybody I know speaks my native language. Well, this is a way to find somebody. It's a good idea. Give it a try. Thank you very much. This is Chicagoalmose signing off.
Hello, this is Professor Chicagoalmose. Just came from working out, so not dressed in my suit today. I'd like to talk today about the absolute makes sense way to learn conversational English. Let me give you an analogy. If you want to learn how to drive a car, what you do is you get into the car and you practice with a teacher. And the teacher will demonstrate to you what you do, and you'll do it. And when you make mistakes, the teacher will correct the mistakes. You can do the same thing with learning conversational English. You can set up a scene, and that's what I try to do in a lot of my videos where I have scenes where people talk and they have the text to look at. But generally speaking, here's what you do. Especially if you have a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or whatever, and somebody will spend time with you, set up a what they call game simulation or role playing, whatever you want. It could be going to the post office and mailing a letter, for example. And what you do is one person will be the person who works there, and the other person will be somebody who's mailing a letter. And you just reverse roles. First, the teacher will say what the right way is, and then the student will repeat, and you keep doing it. But with the video, you can do it over and over again yourself. For example, a guy wants to mail a letter to the Philippines. So he'll go into the post office, and he'll say to the person, I want to mail a letter to the Philippines. And the other person will say, and I'll change my voice for the other person. Yeah? Okay, let me weigh it. And they'll weigh the letter. And then, okay, and how much does that cost? It's going to cost you $3, but if you insure it, which I recommend, it'll cost you an extra $2. And my price is, my prices are not in line. I'm just making figures up. Okay, and I like to do this. Okay, fill out this form with your name and your address. Okay, here you go. That'll be $5.50. Okay, here's your money. Thank you very much, and we'll mail it for you, insured to the Philippines, and this is your receipt. Generally, this is the kind of thing that you do. And if you do it, like, depends on, how good you are, but if you do it 10 times, then you'll be able to know the language when you go to do something real, like mail a letter in a post office. Thank you very much.